Hello and welcome to Cognito Key. Today, we're going to demystify a concept that basically runs our entire online world, cloud networking. Now, I know it sounds a bit complicated, but stick with me. By the end of this, you'll get exactly what it is, how it works, and honestly, why it's such a massive game changer for businesses everywhere. So, let's dive right in.
So let's just start with a simple question for you. Think about the old way of doing things, those traditional networks that businesses have relied on for decades. You know the ones. They're often super rigid, incredibly expensive to set up, and they need constant, hands-on work to keep them running. In a world that moves as fast as ours does, is that really cutting it anymore, or is it just holding everyone back?
To really get a feel for this shift, I love this analogy. Just think about the difference between owning your own car versus, just grabbing a ride share whenever you need one. It's the perfect way to picture the leap from traditional to cloud networking.
Let's break that down. Traditional networking is exactly like owning a car. You have that massive upfront cost, right? The setup is a whole process. And after all that, you are responsible for everything. The maintenance, the repairs, the headaches. But cloud networking, well, that's your ride-sharing app. It's there on demand, you only pay for what you use, and some professional is handling all the complicated stuff in the background for you. Simple.
So what is this new way, really? At its heart, it just means you're letting the experts host and manage your network for you. It's as simple as that. But let's look at a more formal definition.
So there you have it. The main idea is both simple and incredibly powerful. All those essential network bits and pieces, they're sitting in a super secure, professionally managed cloud. And you, the customer, can just tap into whatever you need, whenever you need it, straight over the internet.
And what are we talking about when we say resources? Well, it's pretty much everything you'd find in a traditional network, just, virtual. We're talking virtual routers to manage traffic, beefy firewalls for top-notch security, bandwidth that can flex with your needs, and of course, servers and storage. The best part? The cloud provider manages it all. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work? Well, the magic ingredient here is something called the as-a-service model, and it really changes the way we think about tech. Most of the time, cloud networking is delivered as infrastructure as a service, or IaaS for short. This is a really key term to know. It basically means the provider gives you all the fundamental building blocks, your virtual servers, your storage, your networking, and then you can build whatever you want on top of it.
And this table really shows you how your control changes. See, with a private cloud, you're in charge of absolutely everything. With IaaS, which is our focus, you still have a lot of control over your network. But then you have other models like SaaS, think of something like Gmail, or PaaS, where the provider handles pretty much everything. It all just depends on what your specific needs are.
All right, let's address the elephant in the room. This is the big one that always comes up. If I'm letting some third party host all my critical data and my entire network, can I actually trust them? Is this stuff really secure? It's a totally fair question.
And here's the answer that surprises a lot of people. It's often more secure than what you could do on your own. I mean, think about it. These massive cloud providers, they are security specialists. This is what they do. They have huge, dedicated teams and enterprise-grade tech focused 24/7 on one thing, protection. It's a level of security that most companies just can't afford to match.
Okay, so we know the what and the how. Now let's quickly look at the two main ways organizations are actually doing this. Are they jumping in with both feet, or are they taking more of a mixed, hybrid approach?
The big difference here is just where your main network actually lives. So with a cloud-enabled strategy, your key hardware stays in your office on-premise, but you use the cloud for the tricky stuff like management and security. With a cloud-based network, though, you go all in. You move your entire infrastructure, the whole shebang, into the cloud. We've gone through a lot, I know, but let's bring it all home and focus on what really matters. Why should you or your company even care about any of this? Let's tick off the biggest benefits, one by one.
First, and this one's a biggie, the cost savings. It's huge. You're not buying rooms full of expensive servers and equipment that are just going to be outdated in a few years. That massive upfront cost, gone. The constant drain of maintenance and upgrades, gone.
Second benefit, the incredible scalability. Imagine your business is booming. You can add more resources with literally just a few clicks. But maybe you hit a slow period, you can scale right back down just as easily. You only ever pay for what you actually need, right when you need it.
Number 3, agility and speed. Back in the day, launching a new app could take weeks, maybe even months, just to get the network ready. With the cloud, you can spin up what you need and get to market almost instantly. That's a serious competitive advantage.
And finally, it all comes back to this: reliability and security. You are tapping into the knowledge and the massive, powerful infrastructure of a dedicated provider. This gives you a level of uptime and protection that is just incredibly hard to achieve by yourself.
And that really brings us to a final, pretty powerful question to think about. We're moving away from a world of physical, rigid networks and into one where our infrastructure can be as flexible as our own imagination. So with those old limits just gone, what amazing new things are we going to build next?
And that's a wrap on our crash course in cloud networking. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please do hit that like button, share this with someone who might need it, and of course, subscribe to Cognito Key for more explainers on the tech that shapes our world. Thanks so much for watching.